escape the dungeon.
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your host and game master, and I am joined by three stellar players. Zach Brass.
That's me.
Dom Brass.
Boom, it's me.
And Nate Brass.
What's up, Internet? That is me, and today I will be playing Cypher, the robot.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, for maybe the final time, we are playing Scum and Villainy, a Forged in the Dark game published by Evil Hat Productions. Guys, I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night.
I fucking hate you.
Remember that song?
Yes. This is not the last time we're going to be playing Scum and Villainy. It might be the last time you hear us playing Scum and Villainy, but I guarantee you we're going to play it again.
But this, I think, I'm not going to say 100% for sure, but I'm 99% sure.
That's really sure. I mean,
this is
quite
the
high.
final. This is the final episode of our Scum and Villainy campaign here on Escape the Dungeon. How are you guys feeling?
I'm fucking ready, dude. I got this, bro.
Let's kill off Gorpheus, baby.
Oh, yeah. Dude, don't say that.
Hey, we still got a bunch of dice to roll and anything can happen, but this feels like the grand finale to me.
But Crash hasn't confessed his true love to Kulak yet.
Kulak knows, baby. Kulak's just not the kind of guy to settle down with one partner, you know what I mean?
I think Crash could be about that.
But Cypher hasn't declared their undying love for themselves yet.
Go. I think we all kind of got
Cypher
the message,
knows.
though. It's implied.
Yes. He's part of his programming.
This has been a really special game, you guys. I'm going to get a little sentimental here. I'm so happy that we've done this and we've been consistent about this and that we actually released these episodes after the first several seasons of what became this show didn't get off the ground.
Did we even have the name by then? I can't remember when
we had a bad, different name at first.
Oh, God.
No,
well,
but we had this name for the the last attempt.
The last one. That was the real prototype. That was
wait, what was the fun
Escape the
previous
Dungeon
name?
Season 0.
Season 0. Yeah, that was the only thing that was almost releasable.
But yeah, I'm not gonna say what our bad previous name was because it was bad. Listeners, whatever you think our bad previous name was, it was worse than that.
Let us know what you think.
Recording, because I genuinely can't remember.
Not
I must have
an
blacked it out.
offensive name or anything like that. It was just super lame.
Really corny and dumb. Definitely
The
wouldn't have
last
looked as good on a
Brass
sticker.
No, that sounds super dope and awesome. I don't know.
But it's been 46 episodes of this campaign, including this one. It's been, about a year and a half of recording. Do you guys feel you've grown? You've learned anything from this experience personally, as a role player, as a content creator, however you want to approach the question?
Well, I definitely learned the rules of Scum and Villainy.
That's debatable.
I was gonna say I did not learn the
know
rules of
most of
Scum
the
and Villainy,
rules.
but I definitely feel like I
I can
learned a
tell you
lot
like this.
as a role
I think I
player.
could GM this to a bunch of people that didn't know the rules, and they would generally think I knew the rules. They would be like, all right, that all sounds like pretty good stuff. I definitely, and you know what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't forget to tell them the most important rule in the entire game about how you can manipulate your rolls and effects in the last arc.
Hey, you know what? You could have read the rule book at any time to figure that out yourself.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
that's
you're
pretty
right.
on us.
You're right.
Nate, what do you think you've learned or what's changed about you since we started this project?
I think this is gonna sound funny because within this group, I feel like it comes out the least. But just with online recording and learning like when to talk and like the pacing of an online kind of episode, I feel like with this group, I'm a bit more comfortable to just blurt out bullshit. But I think in general, like I have gotten much better at that pacing and like understanding the environment of the online record.
For sure. And that's been a challenge for us. And I think we have all gotten pretty decent at that, except Zach when he interrupts me while I'm trying to give a scene description.
He just gets a little too excited sometimes.
Sometimes
He's in
you
it.
just have to accept it. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, usually, yeah, just tell him to shut up, and it works.
You're like an excitable lapdog.
Oh my god.
Look,
Dom,
I just gotta
what
spew
about
it out,
you?
and Mike might yell at me 10 times, but one of those times he'll laugh, and it's worth it.
Dom, what about you?
I
No, we don't.
it's a lot of the same lessons I have to relearn. Just make sure you're confident the first time around, or the first couple episodes, you'll sound really stupid. But it's like those lessons that you have to live and learn, because now instead of all my friends being like, yeah, Dom's character kind of sucks right now, he's just taking a second to figure it out. The world gets to know. So I just feel good about how I've become more comfortable working with you guys and making sure I'm preparing stuff and looking at things and remembering stuff. I do that more than I normally do. So.
And I'll agree with you on that one, Dom. Listeners, you should have seen Dom before this.
It was so bad.
I remember one time we were playing the game that we have agreed not to talk about for this podcast, because that's the whole point of this podcast. But we were playing that game. And I got so mad at you for like not knowing what your spells did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I had no idea.
Like legitimate real world angry.
It was terrible. I had no idea what to do.
And I think that's something I've gotten better at is rolling with the punches, learning to embrace the madness, and making whatever crazy decision will lead to the best and funniest content. Listeners, I really do hope that you've enjoyed listening to this series. There is more coming. We can promise you that right here, right now. There will be a season 2 of Escape the Dungeon where we will play an entirely new role-playing game.
Check us out in 2026.
Yeah, no,
We're gonna do what we did with this one and record the entire thing before we release.
Shut up. Don't even put that into the ether.
More details on that will come soon. We gotta figure out when we want to announce that, or all that good stuff, but it's gonna happen. But in the meantime, if you want to keep the love train going for your favorite podcast, Escape the Dungeon.
That's not gross at all.
You
Getting
can
sticky
leave
in there.
Oh, God, dude.
You can write a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app that lets you leave a written review. If your favorite podcast app doesn't let you leave a written review, you can download a new podcast app, leave a written review, and then delete that app.
Just make sure to wipe the keyboard clean when you're done.
For the final time, let's get that intro music playing, and I'll read my dumb little recap. Welcome to the Procyon sector. Every adventure of our bounty hunting heroes has been leading to this. Crash, Cypher, and Gorpheus have blasted into the corporate headquarters of the Guild of Engineers in search of a mystical artifact. Protecting that artifact is the Chief Executive Officer and Robo-Spider Lady, Avalon Riat. And she has made it clear she has no intention to give up her key/paperweight without a fight. Stressed out, banged up, and with friends knocked out and caught in the crossfire. Could this truly be the end for our heroes? The crew of the Unicorn 21... No, sorry. I meant, the crew of the Phoenix 13. The three of you are in the CEO's office on the Guild of Engineers headquarters on the asteroid SB-176. You have crashed a spaceship into the side of the skyscraper and walked directly into the office. Beyond this, up in the sky, there's a war going on, as there is a Urbot warship, the Rana Dayu, that is fighting off forces of the Guild of Engineers. And as you guys walk in and you see the key artifact that you were looking for on the desk of the CEO, Avalon Riat, she smacks a button, the key retracts into the desk in some kind of mechanized safe thing, and she rises up, revealing that her lower body is a mechanized spider bot, and she starts lashing at you guys with razor-sharp spider legs, just cha-chunk, 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 swiping at you. You guys are able to, dodge the immediate attacks, but you sort of scatter around the room, and you realize that this is the final obstacle standing between you and the key you seek. Who does what?
Oh man, that boss health bar looks really big, guys.
It does look really big, Cypher.
Takes up the whole top of the screen.
It looks 8 segments big. I am starting an 8-segment clock to represent defeat Avalon Riat.
Don't worry, boys. This is nothing we can't handle.
I'm not feeling great. I'm pretty sure all you guys are not feeling great. Does anyone have any crazy secret weapons they've been stashing up or anything?
What's like the size of this room?
It's pretty spacious. It's an executive suite. Like the office takes up like an entire floor of a skyscraper. It's got like a little lounge area. It's got a a desk, which is where she was. There's like a fireplace. It's all very nice. It's very fancy. There's a crystal chandelier, like whatever you think might be in an uber wealthy CEO's
Perfect.
private office.
That's what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. So I want to immediately shoot at the crystal chandelier and try and like shoot it off its thing and knock it down. Hopefully on top of her or something, and then take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So as she lunges towards you, Crash, you wait for her to get right under the spot where the chandelier hangs, and then you shoot first and up at the ceiling. Give me an action roll to represent this.
All right, we're gonna scrap this.
Yeah. I am going to basically let you know that for this entire encounter, unless things drastically change, you guys are going to be in a desperate position. I also think that because she is basically the most powerful person within the most powerful faction, that almost everything you can do is going to have limited effect.
Okay.
There might be some exceptions if you have, specific equipment that says that it is increased quality or anything like that. You have special abilities that give you potency or an increased effect on anything, but it's gonna be pretty hard to take her down in general.
Can I just actually check with the crew here real quick? I just wanted to do a check-in, make sure we're all on top of our stress levels. So I think Crash is 2 and Cypher and I have 1 left. And I don't know how many injuries everyone has, but I have 2.
Okay, well, that's fine. We won't worry too much. We just have to make this out of here alive. But I can go down if necessary because I'm not severely injured. I just I'll stress out,
Yeah, no, I mean, same. So just so we're all on the same page. We're all almost,
No, that's fine. It's just, I get if anyone's close to death, then, don't do anything crazy. I can become a haunted space captain.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what the fuck happens. Just everyone be careful.
All right. So look, my shoot first ability, when I spring a trap, I get a plus D. So would you argue that surprise shooting a chandelier on her head?
Yeah, that seems pretty springing a trap like to me. Yeah, go ahead and give yourself a bonus die from that.
Could I negotiate that bonus die being instead increased effect?
Interesting question. What does the ability say?
It doesn't say I could do that, but
yeah, then I guess the answer is no.
All right, fine. we figured we could ask. No harm asking. All right. Well, obviously, I have to remember that I get experience, and your stress resets when you level up, right?
No.
All right. Well, fine. That's a 6.
A 6. That means you do it without consequence. You shoot the chandelier, perfect timing. It fully crashes right on top of her, crystals like impaling the metallic abdomen of the spider portion of her body, and she grunts in frustration. Maybe not like severe pain, but she does get trapped for a moment underneath that chandelier, and you see that she has a watch on her wrist that is clearly some kind of like smartwatch device, and she starts tapping on that, and you see like lights start blinking on the spider body and sort of kicking it into high gear as she is able to rise up from the chandelier, but I will mark one segment off of the defeat Avalon clock, and that will give a slight opening to somebody else to do something.
I want to jump in there really quick with my my sword, and I want to cut off a small piece of her spider body, like try to cut off one of her legs, or maybe there's a little spike or something I can cut off. But I'm really going to actually removing part of her spider body here.
Okay, cool. Give me an action roll here.
I'm gonna make a scrap.
We have another gambit, by the way, because I generate gambits. Okay,
so this is desperate.
Now, I believe you have a power called Psyblade, right, Dom?
I absolutely do. You're right.
What does that say?
So you can focus way energy into your melee weapon. While charged, the weapon can cut through non-shield materials, but basically, for the purposes of this, I gain potency on my melee attacks.
One of those things I told you to mention if you have.
Yes, you did. You did say that.
This just in. Dom did not learn the rules of Scum and Villainy this season.
Hey, I said that earlier. That was already covered.
Yeah, so you will have, because of your Psyblade ability, standard effect. So give me a desperate standard scrap roll.
We have a gambit?
We have two.
Or do we? Okay, we have two gambits. There's nothing really to devil's bargain with at this point, is there?
Yeah, use a gambit. And if you want to use a devil's bargain, you can ask.
Mike, do you have a devil's bargain for me?
My devil's bargain for you is this. Avalon, taps another button on her watch, clearly activates some sort of communicator, and she will say into that, "Leave the intruders to me. I will handle them. All security forces focus on the intruding starship." The next consequence that will happen will not be to any of the three of you. It will be to the Ranadayo.
Okay. For now, I'll let Cypher
Take
make
it.
that call.
Take it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Standard effect.
Yeah, it's standard effect. One bonus die for the gambit. That's a 5.
You goody two-shoes.
That's what you gotta do, man. Sometimes that's what you gotta do.
That is a 5, which means you do it, but with a consequence. And so I guess while Avalon is trying to rise up and trying to activate this communication system, she's not able to get the message through. So you have an opportunity. You sort of slide underneath her, taking your crystalline sword, causing these shards to, separate and cut through different pieces of her body. And you do see that her second from the back left leg and her second from the front right leg both get cleaved off in a single blow, and she sort of stumbles as she rises. So I will mark off 2 segments of the defeat Avalon clock, bringing that up to 3 of 8. But there's a consequence here, Dom. And because you didn't accept that bargain, that means Gorpheus suffers this consequence. And so with one of the good spider legs, she sort of pierces your robe that you're wearing, sort of pinning you to the ground. And then 2 other spider legs sort of pierce into your sides, not enough to really hurt you, but then with the 3 legs, she sort of rises on her back legs and brings you up over her head and throws you. And she throws you directly into the side of the Unicorn 21, which you crashed into the building that is hanging precariously out of the side of the office where you crashed it. And the ship starts to rock with the impact. And it is going to fall. And it is going to fall all the way back to the surface of the asteroid. And it is going to bring you with it when it falls. If nobody else can help you out here. Because you are stunned briefly in this moment. Cypher, what do you do when all this happens?
Oh, man. I think with that, Cypher's gonna run back to the Unicorn 21.
Yeah, the iconic Unicorn 21.
Super iconic, man.
How did they go through 21 of those already?
I'd like to get in the pilot's chair of the Unicorn 21 if possible.
Okay. You board the ship as it's rocking, as it's got, seconds before it falls, and you are able to hop in the pilot's seat, and what do?
I'd like to charge straight ahead and try and knock this spider as we crash through the building and kind of circle around the skyscraper with the spider on top of it.
Oh my god. Give me an action roll, Cypher.
Okay. This is going to be a home roll. My position is probably controlled, but I'll just put
you make that
because...
joke so many times over the course of the series, Nate.
You know what? Sometimes you hear me and you go, you know what? Fine, it's risky.
Give me a desperate... I will bump you up to standard effect for this because size does matter, and you are in a big old spaceship.
Yeah, was that, Captain?
Wait, what did you say?
It's never mattered to me.
Oh my god.
That's a 2.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Fuck.
Couldn't have rolled a 2, dude.
This is bad.
You hit the thrusters. And as you hit them all the way forward, max power, you do that before you fully realize the trajectory you've got. The angle, the forces, the G forces. And it is really an oh shit moment for you, Cypher. Because right when you realize what you've done, you realize that the Unicorn 21 is just going to plow through the skyscraper. And it is going to bring the entire building down.
Hell yeah.
What? No, not hell yeah.
So cool. Oh, man.
And you fully miss Avalon. You do not make direct contact, but you have done such severe structural damage to this building as the Unicorn 21 just blasts out the opposite side from which you originally crashed into. Gorpheus starts to fall out of the side you did crash into as he's dislodged. And Crash, you are the last one left standing in the office with Avalon as you feel the floor shake, and you have a split second before you realize everything is coming down.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right, so grappling hooks. Surely that's a thing we can have, right?
It's in the item stuff, but do you have item space? If you have item space, use your item space, dude.
I do.
Because Cypher, like, grappling hook is specifically a pilot unique item. Crash, no, you do not. You cannot have a grappling hook. You do have spy gear. And so the deal
crazy.
I'm willing to make with you is you can get like suction cup gloves and boots. Like full on Mission Impossible
that
spy
isn't,
gear.
I was planning on shooting the grappling hook at Gorpheus to help him out.
Yeah, suction cup boots aren't really gonna help with that.
Yeah.
Can I pitch something for you?
Sure.
You could try and dive out of the building, catch Gorpheus, and then suction cup to the wall.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was just trying to take a look and see if there was anything that was a little less crazy before, we go for it.
Nope.
I don't suppose spacesuits have thrusters on them, right?
I would say they have very minor thrusters on them.
Yeah,
Enough
all right.
that, like, you can survive this fall with them.
Well, we're going to go for the suction cups.
Okay.
We might need that last item,
Wait, what just happened?
All right. Crash sees everything unfold before him and sees Gorpheus falling out of the window and is just like, oh, shit. And just runs and dives off the building to try and catch Gorpheus.
Okay. Give me an action roll here.
Okay. I guess it's probably a scramble, right? Jumping out of a building and catching somebody. I don't know. It could be. I can't think of anything better.
Scramble makes a ton of sense to me here.
All right.
Give me a desperate limited scramble roll.
I have to use that last gambit here.
I've got a devil's bargain for you.
What's that?
Pretty simple one. Avalon gets out of this harm like totally unfazed. She's fine.
Yeah, I guess so. I gotta save Gorpheus.
So as the building falls and you are running out to try and dive out the window, you see Avalon, her remaining 6 spider legs, sort of all jut out straight to the side. And then they begin to rotate extremely fast, and you realize that it functions as like a helicopter.
So
and
cool.
She takes her spider helicopter body and just flies safely out of the side of the building before the entire building collapses.
All right. I'm using our gambit and taking that devil's bargain.
So you've got 2 bonus dice on the scramble roll. Desperate limited.
Fuck it. I just remembered something else too. I have an ability where I can take anytime I have a desperate roll. I think it's never tell me the odds. I get a bonus dice. I just don't gain experience.
Oh,
if I want
huge.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 3 bonus dice.
All right, let's go.
Woo!
All right, we got a 6.
That is a 6, which means you do it without consequence. Huge. You dive.
And we gain back that gambit because of my ability.
You dive out of the window, quickly attaching your suction cup gloves as you fall. You do that like a action movie thing where you like are able to, sort of condense your body to fall faster. And you are able to catch up with Gorpheus as he's falling, grab him, and then suction cup onto a piece of debris as it is falling from the sky, and you skid along the bottom at the ground of SB-176. And you and Gorpheus are both unharmed.
Crash is laughing. Wow. You crossed that one off the bucket list, eh, Gorpheus?
Cypher, you are in the Unicorn 21. You realize that this ship is failing, that you are not going to be able to do too much with this at this point. It's sustained too much damage between crashing it into the building initially and now taking out the building. So you've got like one last maneuver you can try with it, or you can like eject and get to safety.
I would like to use my ability Exceed Specs. While on board a ship, you may damage a ship system you have access to in order to gain +1 dice or +1 effect to a roll.
Yeah, you can use this ability to basically take every last bit of juice the Unicorn 21 has in it. It will not be remotely space-worthy after this, if it's even in one piece, but you can get a bonus die.
Word. I want to completely trash this system to wire every ounce of energy I can into the guns and blast at her.
Yeah, so you take everything this hunk of junk has left, channel it into the laser cannons that are at the front, and you try and lock on to the hovering helicopter body of Avalon Riot. Give me an action roll here.
I think this is another helm roll.
Yeah. Helm is for like ship weaponry. So absolutely give me a desperate helm. Again, because of the scale of the ship in comparison to her, I'll bump it from limited to standard effect.
We got a gambit.
I am going to use that gambit and use Exceed Specs to make that a great effect roll.
Wow. Okay. A desperate great roll.
With that gambit, I rolled a 5.
Ooh.
A 5. With a great effect, you mark 3 segments of Avalon's clock, bringing that up to 6 of 8. Direct hit. You see like chunks of her metallic body just go flying as she goes crashing into the ground, rolling. She's scorched, she's burnt, she's bruised, but she does rise up on her last few remaining spider legs, shaking off the harm. And she looks at the 2 that are on the ground, Crash and Gorpheus. You realize, Cypher, that the ship is going down and you do not have enough time to eject. And you hit the side of the asteroid dead on and are caught in a fireball explosion.
Oh my god.
That is going to be a level 3 harm.
No, wait, what's happening? What's happening?
Do you have a level 3 harm still available?
I do. You so
Okay.
kindly unharmed me a bunch from my
I got you, dude.
phantom pains. So I can take it.
Oh, thank God.
I would like you to mark level 3 harm exploded.
Oh no, it's still not great.
As when the fireball dissipates and Gorpheus and Crash, you look over and see the remnants of the Unicorn 21. You see that Cypher is in literal pieces right now. Torso detached from legs, detached from arms.
Cypher!
You see that their lights are still blinking. It seems that the core units were not too badly damaged. Cypher is not permanently destroyed. But to do most things, Cypher is going to need significant help from either of you.
Okay, good news, bad news. So, bad news. Well, good news. I cut off one of her legs and I got a little piece of leg. And I had a plan. I had a plan.
Yeah, Gorpheus had a plan.
It was a whole ass plan. The plan was
To cut off her legs, right?
well, no. The plan was to create a psychic connection, like Norbo or Mr. Creepy, whatever his name was. And that was the plan. And I was gonna use that psychic connection with my magnetic powers to throw her out the window. Good news. Bad news, she's immune to getting thrown out windows. So that wouldn't have helped. Bad news also, the building exploded. Cypher exploded. Good news though, she's not flying anymore, and I can still try to use this to make a distraction while you have a secret gambit up your sleeve to kill her.
You know it, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna stab this into my hand and try to create a psychic connection, a psychic magnetic connection with her. And I want to use it to stun her for an opportune shot.
Crush her blades.
Yeah, maybe. Like somehow have a psychic connection, whether that's either I can stun her up or fully smash up her like stuff if I have that kind of power. I'm not using stress to do this though, so I don't think I can do that because I will go under. And Cypher just exploded, so I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, we can't afford that. But can I help you for one stress?
I mean, sure. What are you doing?
Yeah, I can do that.
How do you think you can help with this?
Well, maybe I can distract her, and while
Shoot at
she's,
her and buy time while
mentally at her weakest, she can't resist the connection. Like, I just start, shooting at her to kind of take her attention away.
I think you need to do a hero monologue against her to make this work.
I think so too. Give me a hero monologue, Zach. Go, hero monologue.
Hey, you bitch, get over here.
My
this
God.
is Manoa Spider Lady.
Nailed it.
You just, hey, anything's fair game. She just blew up my best friend. Other than you, Gorpheus. It's
okay. I accept this. This is fine,
favorites.
dude. Just you keep doing you.
It's okay. I knew that one.
Pretend I'm dead. Don't worry about this right now.
Yeah, awesome. So take one stress, Crash, and you give the aid to Gorpheus as you create a distracting opening. Gorpheus, give me an action roll here.
I'm going to use my psychomagnetic powers. Is this desperate?
Still desperate. But because you're doing something that, like, I've already established in fiction, basically copying what Noro did to you to create that connection, I think that's super cool. I'm gonna upgrade this to standard effect.
Let's fucking go.
I've got a devil's bargain here for you.
All right, dude.
It's the same one as before. I like leaving this up to you for some reason, Dom. Whatever the next consequence is, it'll be to the Rana Dayu.
What's the Rana Dayu at?
It is at 8 of 12.
I'll just take it. They got 4. We
All right.
need this.
As the anti-air weaponry like fully locks on from the ground and is gonna start taking like big shots at it.
All right. I'll do it.
Okay. That is a bonus die to you.
Ooh, that's a 5.
You needed it.
I did need that bonus die.
A desperate 5. You do it with standard effect, which is going to tick off the final 2 segments of the Defeat Avalon clock. I am going to leave that up to you, Gorpheus, to describe what that looks like as you defeat her.
As she's closing in on Crash, I step out. Crash, I got it, Captain. Hey, lady, eat my psychic power. And her fucking skeleton body just fully implodes. And it also, or her, robot body, but it also halfway implodes the upper part of her, like, or the lower part of her chest and her abdomen, and she's just totally fucking destroyed.
Oh, fully murked, right? Like,
Yeah, just like her face totally normal, but it's just like everything gets under it, under like her sort of abdomen area, just gets totally constricted, and just with all the robot material
into a perfect cube.
Yeah. Oh no.
Here's what I'll say, Gorpheus. That is what happens, but it happens in an excruciatingly slow and painful way.
Ooh.
We're just like chunk as over the course of like a minute.
Oh dear.
Her body just like contracts in on itself. She is screaming in pain until she cannot scream any longer. And as you are maintaining your power of the way to cause this to happen, you guys can see those anti-aircraft weaponry charging up and doing huge blasts against the Rana Dayu. By the time that Avalon is dead, that is going to be enough damage to mark off 3 segments of the Rana Dayu destroyed clock. That is at 11 of 12.
Okay, call the monkey, bring the Phoenix 13 here immediately. I run to Cypher and grab his head for sure. And I see if there's a couple other parts that seem like necessities.
Give me my hands! Gorpheus, I need my hands!
Okay, okay, well that one doesn't look like it's gonna work, so I think we're gonna get
No, that's a foot. No, that's a foot, Gorpheus.
Oh!
I call into the Phoenix 13. Hey, monkey, Jerry's monkey.
God damn it.
What's your name again?
He hates
Monkey,
Jerry! Why would you bring up Jerry?
My name is Sparkles, Captain Crash, and I think you know that. You were just trying to tease me.
Yes! It was
well,
a joke.
Look, Sparkles, we're in a really, really bad situation. Could you bring the Phoenix 13 over, please?
Aye, aye, Captain. Sparkles approaching.
Did he change accents again, guys?
I don't know.
Does he have an accent?
Everyone has an accent.
I don't have an accent.
Shut up.
Crash, I want to point out to you in particular, as Gorpheus is like helping collect Cypher's pieces, you call into the Phoenix 13 for extract. You take a look around, and all of the HNN, the hegemonic news network, their cameras are pointed at you all and have been recording all of this.
Free all Urbots! And then I flash a peace sign at them and run to help collect the pieces of Cypher more quickly.
Where's Pirate Lady? You grab your Pirate Lady friend?
Oh god, she and Jerry were on the Unicorn 21. I forgot about that.
Jesus. Oh god. Oh god, they're dead.
Oh my god! Shit!
Oh no!
Oh, okay.
Crash, as you are digging through the rubble, looking for Cypher's various pieces, you do see the scorched corpse of Jerry. Jerry is fully dead.
Oh no, Jerry! Well, I hardly knew
Oh
you.
no, Jerry! What will we ever do to recover?
No, Jerry, please come back.
No.
But you also find the Banshee. The Banshee appears to be breathing, but in extraordinarily critical condition.
Oh shit, I forgot there was other people in there. My bad.
It's fine, Cypher. We really, really needed it. You know, shit was bad, and she's alive.
Was your bra Raheem in there too?
Oh no!
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Can I do a what's it called? Like a luck check or something to see if he's alive?
Sure, for your brow Raheem, let's get a fortune roll.
So wait.
1d6.
Is the lucky part he died?
I'll let Dom determine that.
Fuck. Well, the lucky part is he survives. So does that mean he survives?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
A 4? That's like a mixed success. So what do you guys think your brow Raheem?
So he's alive, but he hates Gorpheus again because he lost an arm.
He lost his other arm?
Yeah, I think
because
that makes sense.
Gorpheus already chopped one off.
I did, and he loses 2 arms, and now he's armless, and he hates me again.
Yeah, I think that would be the perfect.
I killed the lady. I don't feel good about what I did.
It's a futuristic world. I can get robot arms.
Like, I did it in a really fucked up way, and I didn't need to do that. And then Mike just made it worse. I don't feel
You
great
can't get
about
robot
it.
arms, but like honestly, you'd like at least like one real one, so you can like feel shit and stuff. You know.
No, I'm sure he has valid reason to hate us again after Dom tried so hard last week.
That's what I feel.
Jerry, dead. The Banshee, critical condition. Your brow Raheem, alive but now missing both arms. And I hate to point this out to you guys, but you also still have not actually collected the treasure you're here for.
Ah,
fuck
fuck you,
right.
damn it.
Yeah, I knew that.
Gorpheus, go get your thing real quick. Oh fuck, it's in the rubble.
I use my psychic connection with the way to find it in the rubble.
Yeah. So, as Gorpheus starts to connect with the artifact and try and determine where in the rubble it could be, Cypher, you see this in like slow motion. It's happening. And maybe that's because your sensors are just so damaged. Maybe that's just like you processing the gravity of the situation. But your eyes are like locked in an upward angle, almost directly at the Rana Dayu. You see it's just taken these massive hits. It is smoldering. It is nearly destroyed. Cypher, you get an incoming call from the Prime.
Cypher! Cypher, are you there? Do you read me? Prime, hey, it's Cypher. Cypher's head here. The mission is a success. You can go back now. We did it. We did it. You did it, Cypher. Utopia destroyed. Urbots across the Procyon owe you a great debt. A debt I fear I will never be able to repay.
And you see like more shots. The Rana Dayu is just being bombarded.
No problem, it's okay. I will initiate jump sequence. But Cypher, I fear it will not be enough. I wish for my final message to be this. Thank you, Cypher, for everything you have done.
And then there is just a series of beeps and tones that you might call the native Urbot tongue. And if anyone else were to hear this cipher, it would just be mechanical and digital gibberish. But it is like the most beautiful music to you.
Prime, it has been an honor fighting this fight with you. I hope one day we can be reunited. Cypher out.
Gorpheus, I would like from you an action roll to represent you searching for the key. And basically, I'll just say up front, if you don't get a 6 on this, the consequence is that the Ranadayu is destroyed.
I'm gonna roll a tune. What is this? Desperate?
Yeah. I mean, truly, it is. Give me a desperate standard attune.
Do we have any gambits? I'm gonna use a gambit. Zach, you're the gambit guy.
No, I don't think we have any. We have to wait until I roll 6.
No worries. I got a 6. Boom, boom, boom. What?
You got a 6. And so, Gorpheus, you are able to quickly sense the key underneath the rubble. You attune to it like nothing, like it is an instant, and you are able to sprint over it using the way to clear the rubble from on top of it as you get there until you see the desk that has been shattered in the fall, and sitting in the middle of it, undamaged, is the crystalline key you have been seeking. You raise it triumphantly into the air. Cypher, you are able to see the key retrieved. You are able to send a message to the Prime just saying, now, we've got it. Go, go, go. And as the weaponry of the Guild of Engineers is charging for a final shot to take out the Ranadayu, you see it glow with the energy that lets you know that it has engaged its warp drive, and in an instant it is disappeared, jetted off to safety.
Did one of our allies survive something? Anyway, I grab the Banshee and sling her over my shoulder and say, I really hope you don't have any spinal injuries because we don't have time for that. And then start racing towards where we're meeting for the Phoenix 13.
You immediately start running and hear a crack.
As your broken, bloodied, and battered crew starts to run away from the wreckage, again, all being documented by the hegemonic news network.
In slow-mo.
In slow-mo, the Phoenix 13 skids along the surface of the asteroid, not even truly stopping, doing like a rolling stop, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you are able to quickly get everybody on, and you're able to dump Cypher's broken body in the pilot seat as Sparkle jumps out of the way, and you're able to like jack Cypher in so he can sort of pilot remotely.
Absolutely. I was about to say, like, when we get into the ship, I want to jack his head into
Plug him in.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a port just on the dashboard. You just smack him in there and he's fine.
I would like one final action roll here to escape the dungeon.
He said it, guys.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, well, try to draw attention to it and everything. You know, makes it less cool, but you know, whatever.
Okay.
I think we know what we have to do, Cypher.
So I have a question, Mike.
Yes.
This ability I used earlier, exceed specs.
Mm-hmm.
Could I fully jack in and merge Cypher's consciousness into the ship as an exceed specs to get a bonus die?
Wow.
What the fuck?
That is quite the question. The answer to it is no to the exceed specs part of it. But that is such a fun and interesting idea that I will offer it as a devil's bargain, that Cypher's consciousness merges with the Phoenix 13 in a likely permanent way, and give you a bonus die for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
What do you think that looks like?
You see Cypher kind of like take in the scene around and be like, oh shit, we have to get out. And Cypher looks towards their companions.
Crash, Garfis, it has been an honor being the greatest pilot in the galaxy for you.
Cypher.
You always will be, buddy.
Cypher's face just slowly, the screen slowly just fades darker and darker and darker until it is no more. And for a moment, Cypher is gone. And then you see the little like green virtual face of Cypher pop up on one of the ship's many monitors.
All right, everybody. This is Cypher 13. Ready for takeoff.
Cypher? Cypher, is they... You're in the ship?
My body was too broken to continue, Captain. It is time for us to go.
All right. Well, get us out of here, or do I need to drive?
If you could just, like, assist me.
As you say that, Crash, you see like the stick shift, because of course this tow truck spaceship
Obviously,
has
it's
a stick
speed.
shift.
Yeah, definitely.
Like automatically starts to adjust itself, and like the steering wheel starts to spin on its own, and like everything now seems fully automated to you, fully under the control of the AI Cypher 13.
Oh, don't worry, Captain. You now have the greatest ship in the galaxy.
I look around at the place. I'm like, I guess we're gonna have to spruce you up a little bit, huh?
Give me an action roll.
I will helm for the last time, as I helm myself to safety for my friends.
Give me a desperate standard helm roll.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
That's a 3.
Can I take a stress to stress out and give him an extra dice?
No.
Yeah, fair enough.
So with a 3, that is going to be severe harm. What I'm going to say that means is you are going to essentially take 3 systems of damage to the ship. Your shields are going to absorb one of the 3 of those. So your shields are kaput. They're gone. Totally deactivated. The other 2 damage I'm going to do is to the weapons. So the core of the system is not damaged here. But Cypher, you're not able to really get much distance. You take some fire that's slowing you down, and the weaponry, your grappling hooks, and your particle cannons are totally disabled, in addition to your shields being gone. I think this means you guys really have one chance at escape left.
Hey, are you sure you're still the greatest pilot in the galaxy?
Look, I'm getting used to a new body, alright? Come on. How many times have you turned into a ship?
Do you need me to take over for now?
No, I got it.
Get out of here.
Don't even... Stop
Why
touching the steering
don't you
wheel.
guys
Okay,
just,
it's making
why
it
don't you guys
harder
just
for
work
me.
together, guys, just for like
No,
2
I
seconds,
just-
so we don't die right now for like no reason at the end.
But just let me do a cool barrel roll first.
Come on, Cypher. This is the perfect time. We could be the ultimate duo.
Fine. Together we'll be the greatest pilot/ship in the galaxy.
You know it, baby. You don't want Joss to take over your legacy.
Don't you fucking dare bring up that Neela's bastard's name in a time like this.
I gotta get up to snuff if you want me to make sure he stays on the bottom.
So I need an action roll from somebody.
Roll crash.
Helm.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
got
helm pilot. I'm gonna helm Cypher. I'm gonna helm the Cypher 13.
to. Yeah, I don't
For
know.
the first
we'll,
time.
We'll talk about that. We'll workshop that a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd like to use a stress to aid.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is your final stress. Okay. So as Crash takes the pilot seat, all systems start flickering and going staticky. You can tell Cypher is pushing themselves to their absolute limit, but it might give you enough juice to get out of here. How about maybe the final devil's bargain of the campaign?
You know it.
The final devil's bargain is this. As I've said, all of this is being captured and documented by the hegemonic news network. Stacey Weathers is on the scene, and she is making you all look as bad as possible, twisting everything that has happened. Most of it your fault, like, to be honest, but getting rid of any level of nuance, any level of objectivity. This is going to be a smear campaign against the crew of the Phoenix 13. Your wanted level in every system in the Procyon sector will go up by 1.
Look, we
have no choice.
are also already, they just watched us take out the strongest basically group in the sector. Am I like,
That's
I
correct,
feel
yeah.
like, you know, we are one of the powerhouses now. Like, who cares? Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, we're technically.
yeah, I'm sure the pirates are also wanted everywhere, and you know what? And you know how much they care.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get. Yeah,
How
I'm
much?
sure we're 3 guys or 2 guys in a ship now. So
So you're accepting the devil's bargain.
Totally.
Okay, give yourself a bonus die from that, a bonus die from Cypher, and
Plus,
give...
is this a desperate roll?
Yes, it is.
Then I'm getting another bonus dice for my ability.
Okay, 3 bonus dice to this desperate standard helm roll.
don't fuck up,
Yeah, I know, right? This is the time. Come on, guys.
guys. I don't have
Last
any
crit.
helm, so this has to work.
Oof. It wasn't the greatest considering I rolled 5 dice. I got a 5.
Ooh. And the Phoenix 13 / the Cypher 13 hits overdrive, warps out away from SB 176, and gets to safety. Safety being maybe a relative term, when you realize, Crash, that you are drifting out in space, unaware of where you might be, and with all systems offline. You are stranded out here for a matter of weeks. But in that time, nobody comes to you, nobody finds you, nobody is able to threaten you. And by the time that Cypher's systems are fully booted back up, The injured are stabilized, if not healed. You realize that you have actually pulled this off.
Guys, we just, that was big. Everybody, did you see those cameras? Everybody's going to be talking about us.
I would like to now jump a certain amount of time into the future. Who cares how much time? It doesn't matter.
Nebulous amount of time.
A nebulous amount of time passes. And we're not going to do a full downtime for this because that was the final job. But I do want to touch on a few of those standard downtime activities. Not activities. Things that happen that are not activities. First being payoff and upkeep. You guys return to the Prime, who has survived somehow his attack against the Guild of Engineers, and the Hegemonic Mother to collect your payment for these 2 jobs you have done. The Prime is so grateful for what you've done. You've stopped Project Utopia, and this colossal, rusty Urbot that I think you are mostly meeting for the first time in person on the wastes of the planet Baftoma. He's wearing like tattered rags that cover his body, but he embraces your ship to embrace Cypher. And he snaps his giant fingers, and some floating Urbots rise up from like a hidden trap door in the wastes, and they start floating out some crates, loading them into your cargo bay. And from the Prime and Conclave 01, they can offer you 6 creds. That's the payment for a standard job, enough for a small vehicle or a ship module.
Ah, perfect.
Probably not worth what you had to do to get it, but hey, it's a low tier faction. They don't have a lot to give.
Well, we only have to split it between 2 of us now because Cypher's a ship. He can't spend money.
No, and that's not why we did it.
But additionally, on top of that payment, the Prime says,
"There is one more thing I would like to share with you."
And he leads Crash and Gorpheus down into the subterranean secret base of the Conclave, filled with malfunctioning and rogue Urbots who have long escaped Guild of Engineers scrutiny. And they're like so reverent to you guys for what you've done. And the Prime leads you through these twisting passages and into a large, well-lit room that is just filled with these technological spheres of various sizes. And he gestures dramatically at them.
"The Urbot cores. Thanks to you, they are safe, and we can begin rebuilding Urbot society in our own image, not that of the Guild."
And we fade out from that. And we fade into the cove, where we see the Banshee, Alonda Ryle, in a hospital bed, recovering from dramatic injuries. We cut to a funeral on the cove. Pirates all around mourning the loss of one of their great mechanics, Jerry. Even Sparkles the monkey is there, respectfully mourning his former friend. We cut to Mem, Kulakt and Lisaya in a laboratory looking over the trio of artifact keys. And we see walking into the laboratory Yorbra Rahim with 2 new cybernetic arms attached where his flesh arms once were.
Can they be Cypher's arms?
Yeah, they're Cypher's arms.
Oh god.
Yorbra Rahim looks pitiful and apologetic. Kulakt and Lisaya look at him and they give him forgiving nods. We cut to Akiti back in the jungles, the first place this crew ever went. And we see Razor back in his old stomping grounds, looking comfortable and confident again. Once more, a big fish in a little pond, happy and satisfied. We cut to a dingy little bar. Choss is nursing a drink. A couple of echo wave riders walk by, pointing and laughing at him. And he pounds his drink back, holding back tears.
Jeez.
All the friends and foes that our Phoenix 13 crew have made over the past series of this podcast. However much time that's been in universe.
I mean, you guys said
46 episodes.
But what of the crew themselves? Let's go back to Mem. Back to that temple/throne room where you encountered the hegemonic mother. And as you walk in, she is oh so pleased. Just a wicked smile on her face. The oldest woman you have ever seen, the happiest woman you have ever seen.
Crash has seen some pretty happy women.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Maybe that's what they told you.
Oh no!
Well, if it isn't the crew of the Phoenix 13. Well done, well done. All 3 keys now where they rightfully belong.
Yeah.
My followers are finalizing their research and preparation for the ritual with which we can open and traverse the Hantu Gate. It would not have been possible without the 3 of you. And for that, you have an old woman's gratitude. Fortunately for you, my gratitude is worth a great deal. So I offer each of you a choice.
What kind of choice?
I think we kind of went on this, right? Remember?
Can we say that Gorpheus is holding like a giant computer monitor?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
naturally.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm holding a
Just got
monitor.
Cypher's face on it.
Cypher's face on it, yeah.
I offer each of you a choice to make for yourselves. You can either accept a quite generous monetary sum, of 15 credits.
Cha-ching!
Yeah, for real.
Cypher's eyes turn into the money sign.
Oh yeah, it's a dollar signs
of the
for sure.
universe.
Whatever it is in this universe.
Or, if you prefer, I have an invitation for each of you. An invitation to become a part of something new. Her eyes fall to Captain Crash. Captain, you once told me if you could have anything in the world, anything in the universe, you would desire immunity for your crimes. Is this still what you seek?
I mean, either that or unlimited hair product for the rest of my life.
Perhaps that could be a simple bonus we could throw in to my invitation. Captain Crash Jordan, my offer to you is 15 credits, or you join me beyond the Hantu Gate. You see, wherever this gate leads, whatever society we find or build there, there will certainly be a need for illicit goods and services. I wish to control those goods and services. You would have my backing to do whatever you please in this new sector, as long as it is not overly inconvenient to mine own interests.
Huh.
You could build up your own fleet of pirates, your own gang of ne'er-do-wells, whatever you vision. It would be yours, but you would be mine.
Well, you wouldn't be asking me to do a whole lot, though, right?
An occasional favor. But you would be left to your own free will. And then she turns her attention to Gorpheus. Gorpheus, you once asked for peace. My offer to you is this: 15 credits, or you join us as a true member of the Cult of the Seekers. For wherever the Hantu Gate leads, we will need to seek peace out, or create it if necessary. We will need an order of knights. Knights, perhaps, of the new way. Knights that you could be the commander of if you so desired.
Wow, that is quite the offer.
Lysia is looking at you intently as the hegemonic mother says this. But then the hegemonic mother looks at the screen that contains the image of Cypher. And you, Cypher, you said that if you could ask for anything, you desired equality and freedom for your kind. Noble pursuits indeed. So my offer to you is this: 15 credits, or you also come to this new sector. For wherever this leads, it will have a need of technical knowledge. We will need to recreate the function of the Guild of Engineers, the useful functions, not that Project Utopia nonsense I heard about. But shipping lanes, robot maintenance, gate maintenance will all need to be taken care of. And perhaps you could be the one to lead up those endeavors.
All right. I think we need to, can we have a corner?
Yeah, could we just do a quick huddle?
Yeah, can we get the good corner? That one looks nice over there.
The hegemonic mother dramatically extends her hand and says, "The corner is yours."
You know they clean this corner. This is like this is top tier corner.
I think it's the second best corner in the room.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, look, guys, I know that everything sounded so good and amazing that she said, but, well, I don't know. It kind of sounds a little too good to be true.
Kind of sounds like she's just asking you guys to be space cops.
Tied down to the establishment? I mean, Phoenix, and I don't really want to split up with you guys. You know, she's got missions for each of us, but, you know, I don't say this lightly, guys. I've been with a lot of crews, but Phoenix 13 for life, bro.
I hear you, Captain. Phoenix 13 for life. I really do. With that in mind, I am going to go with the Space Gold to the crazy new world.
Oh.
I think it's, you know, we've had a lot of adventures, but for now, I think our journeys are splitting us apart.
Are you sure? I mean...
Yeah!
You asked for peace and she asked to make you general. She offered to make you a general. Are you...
Oh, yeah, it's not like super, like, I'm not feeling great about this, but I feel like this is what I have to do. I think you guys have to stay here, but I'm going to try to keep an eye on this thing, see what I can do to help, because to be honest, guys, the time I've spent with you, it's some of the best years of my life, man, you know? But the thing is, I set off, you know, to try to create peace. And I don't know if that's what I'm doing here. So I think I have to take a step back, maybe approach life a different way. And I think considering, you know, everything that's happened and everyone who died, who I killed, I think this is the path I have to walk and see what good I can do here.
I mean, we're going to be really, really rich.
Yeah,
and so we won't have to, you know, like, kill anybody anymore. Like, we're set.
Yeah, but, like, you see how, like, that maybe doesn't feel great from my perspective.
We could use the money to help people, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but, like, I think this is just kind of my life journey.
I think if we go double or nothing on a race, Cypher and I can definitely just double our money.
Yeah, I'm like not super worried about the money.
Donate half of it to charity.
No, yeah, that's nice, but you know, Crash, I feel like, you know, I've set out my kind of my thesis there. You kind of get where I'm coming
All right.
from.
Well, look, Gorpheus, you're my best friend.
What? Crash,
and I'm gonna miss you.
All right, I'll miss you too. I love you guys.
I'd give you a hug if we didn't give my arms to that other guy.
Dude, I've got an extra arm here for you, man.
And look, every time you see that loser's arms, you think of Cypher. The greatest pilot in the galaxy. This galaxy, not the one you're going to.
I mean, he still...
Is it a different galaxy? Or just... I don't really know the exact, you know, situation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's going to be... We'll have to... I'll work on the branding when I get there, you know?
And so Gorpheus says goodbye to Crash and Cypher, staying behind on Mem while his friends fly off into the Procyon to continue their adventures. Crash and Cypher, what do you think the future has in store for the two of you?
They got a boatload of money. So they have a suit designed for Crash that has like a little screen, like round screen on his chest that Cypher can like plug into and just be around. And then they also got a fancy new screen for the classic bike they have. So Cypher can hop between the bike, the ship, and just like being on Crash's chest.
They actually had an argument about it because Crash didn't really want to alter it from the original parts, because that actually devalues it a little bit, but fine, we were gonna keep it anyway, I guess.
And I like to think that the kind of final scene you leave those two off on is just Crash like about to enter a race, and Cypher is like on his chest giving him a pep talk of like, this is what you gotta do, Captain.
Crash is out to take the mantle of greatest racer in the galaxy. They're super wanted, but they're also rich and dangerous, so...
Let me ask you this question. And however you want to take this, do the two of you think you spend your money on anything responsible, or are you just goofing off with it?
I think in general, they're just goofing off with it.
Yeah.
I think they're just goofing off with it. Like, they're just becoming like the number one bounty hunter Superman. Like, they've combined into one, and they don't have Gorpheus to talk them down from stupid shit now.
A several year period where they are like just fucking... You see their names everywhere. They're all over the goddamn place. Before they probably run out of money.
Just like infamous bounty hunter celebrities, wanted all over the sector, but continuing to adventure, continuing to have fun, continuing to shirk their responsibilities and relationships with other people.
Nice.
And having a great old time. Gorpheus, you are on Mem, on that, floating manufactured island in the middle of the ocean. All your friends have gathered around. You got Lisaya, you got Kulak, you got your Bra Rahim back with the gang.
Boom, let's
you
go.
got the hegemonic mother.
My favorite.
She says, "It is time." And she gives a nod, and Kulak runs over to like a console and starts pushing buttons and pulling levers. And the entire island begins to shake and rise up out of the water. And you realize that the island itself is a giant space station. And it flies out of the water up into the atmosphere and beyond. It travels from Mem to the Hantu Gate, this large metal cylinder that has been lying dormant for the longest time. The three keys begin to react. And for the first time in perhaps millennia, the Hantu Gate whirs to life. Energy filling up the cylinder's center, creating the portal that will allow you to travel from the Procyon sector to whatever lies beyond. You get a feeling, Gorpheus, a feeling from the way. You can feel the way coming through the portal from the other side. It's powerful. It's scary. But it's beautiful. And it's hopeful at the same time. And Lysia takes your hand, Gorpheus, and she looks you in the eyes. She smiles gently and sweetly, and she says, Gorpheus, I think it's time. It's time to say goodbye to the Procyon sector.
Yeah. It's, I've had some good times in this sector, but I guess you're right.
As this ship of the Cult of the Seekers begins to accelerate, it hits the portal, it disappears, we fade to black, and as the credits begin to roll, we see rising up from the bottom of the screen, Escape the Dungeon. An asteroid floats passively through the Procyon sector. It is silent, it is still, it is lifeless, save for one horrible creature skittering in the dark. With arms and legs far too long, and gray matter and a single green crystal shard protruding from an enlarged skull, Noro moves across the desolate asteroid. He mutters to himself the crazed prayers and songs of the agony when he stops in his tracks. He feels a sudden tickle running down his stretched out spine, a disruption in the way. A huge dreadnought of a starship emerges from seemingly out of nowhere. The ship's cargo bay opens, and floating out is a single man, dressed in dark robes and an ornate mask, out from which peer eyes as pitch black as space itself. He wears no spacesuit to protect himself, but is unbothered. This man, Doram of the Night Speakers, moves dispassionately towards Noro, but the mutant stands up in fear. Noro sends a blast of Way energy at Doram, but with a single flick of his delicate hand, Doram nullifies the attack. No! No! Noro screams. The agony have done nothing against the Night Speakers. What is the meaning of this? I apologize, Noro, Doram says. It is not the agony who have displeased me, but there are others who have left their debts unpaid, and I am afraid you are the first who must suffer for that. Doram thrusts his hand out, touching the green crystal implanted in Noro's skull. All brightness begins to fade from the crystal, and Noro screams in pain. The flesh around the crystal begins to disintegrate into ash, and Doram plucks it from Noro's skull. Noro falls to the asteroid, dead, Doram raises the crystal, now as black as his eyes, and yet it somehow casts a reflection when there is no light. He stares deeply into it, and within sees 3 faces. Halfway across the Procyon, Captain Crash Jordan turns off an HNN broadcast, blaming him for acts of crime and terror around the sector. He readies himself to crack a joke, when with a feeling of vertigo, he has a psionic flashback to accepting a cred stick from a strange mystic, a favor never repaid. He falls to the ground, writhing in pain, and hears a voice emerging from all around as if the entirety of the void is speaking directly to him. It is time to collect, Captain. Scum and Villainy might return.